Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening from wherever you are. This is the Red Horde, and it's a Tuesday, not a league game, but we're here anyway. We are Wrexham. Nice to see everybody active in the chat. Early Gamer World, Wild and Free Canadian. Dave, W&G, of course. He won't be busy today because I think there's only like one other game, right? W&G. Strange Realities, Mr. Wood, I'm sure, ready to bring the comedy. I am Bo, Kyle, Wemo, Mr. Humphreys, Mr. Jason Smith, my friend there. And I saw Mertland in there earlier, yeah. Nice to see everyone here. Hey, Deandra. Deandra, I'm not going to make it tomorrow. Sean, you're looking. See, now, I would have liked that as a compliment if it didn't come from David Wood because he's all jokes. So saying that Sean looks better is a shot at me. I'm sure it is. Yeah, so I will not be here tomorrow for the women's game. I could only take off one of these days. So I took last half of today off. But Sean is hoping to be here the last half of it. So maybe he can make it. Tobias, nice to see you. You really like the redesign for the new cop, huh? Very interesting. Why don't we get to that in a minute? I'll bring up the lineups just so we can get that out of the way. Let's see here. So reading off the lineup, we have Arthur in goal, Max, Dan Scar in the middle, Tom O'Connor on the left there. So there's our back three, starting Longman and Revan on the wings. And then we got Evans in the defensive midfield, Cannon in the middle, then Lee up front. They really play right and left anyway, Lee and Cannon. Then up front, Harry Ashfield and Mo Fall. Kind of surprising. What? Is that Sean Driver? Sorry. He's in the chat. Yes. So, by the way, if you haven't noticed, I'm wearing, by request, our Paul Mullen pajamas. So if you can see, every once in a while, Sean and I bust these out. For all of you that did the meet and greet up in Vancouver during the summer tour, this is what Sean and I were walking around with, getting all sorts of people in Vancouver looking at us. Totally shocked, not understanding what was going on. So on the bench, we got McNicholas. So maybe they give him some time, depending on what the score is. Brunt, Mendy, Barnett, Dobson, Smith, and Palmer. So if we need to bring in some help, it's definitely on the bench. I mean, we got everyone. It looks like, it's just Fletcher, Rodriguez, Mullen, who else? James, and Rathbone, pretty much the major guys, not an opportunity for us to bring in. RKO coming in early. Kyle, nice to see you. Yeah, I'm interested to see. Yeah, I mean, I think Fall for me has got slightly better each time he's been in there. And I really liked Ashfield when I saw him in. So I'm thinking he's more likely to shine than Fall. But, boy, it would be really great to see Fall take that next step. I don't know about you guys, but a goal out of those guys would be great. I mean, Lee doesn't need another goal, right? Neither does Cannon or those guys. I'd like to see some I wouldn't mind seeing Revan get going either. It'd be nice to know you had him clicking if you need to bring him in. Shannon, welcome. Yeah, so when I look at the table, what are we looking at? It's us in Port Vale, and then you got Bradford and Rotherham playing today. Bolton is on the horizon for us if we win. right, what else are we looking at here? See what's going on in the match. I thought the stadium looks pretty nice. I don't know about you guys, the Port Vale one. You know what? I will. I'm going to put my ugly mug up on the screen for a second and poke through Twitter. I think I had a picture. The only easy picture I can get to quickly is this wheelchair-related one. When I look at this, it gives you that side view of the stands. And in that view, you can see, unlike the previous design, where when you walked in, it went up, say, 19, 20, 30 feet plus. This is all broken into levels right from where you walk in. It does look like the outside piece is all, I think it's all glass, and then it has that kind of faux brick facade on the outside that I think you're kind of seeing through to some degree. Curious, like if I had the ability, which I don't, I'd put up a chat to see what you guys think of the new design. I like the idea of trying to do the brick, but it just doesn't look special to me. Doesn't look unique. Doesn't pop for me. The other design was kind of sleeker, more interesting. I like the big open space. I understand this has more in the way of boxes, and you can definitely get more income out of all of that. And I'm not exactly sure. I don't know if you guys know where they're planning on dropping the other 2,000 seats. I wonder if that's just on the corners, right and left, because it doesn't look like there's really an obvious spot for them to add all that in here. And I'm not sure how I feel about the players coming out of the cop end, going in and out of that. It's interesting. I don't know how I feel about that. I like the idea of the brick. And I mean, I like that brick color. And I like the idea of the dragon. I just don't know if it was executed as spectacular as I would have liked to have seen it. I mean, this is brand new, putting all this money into it. I wanted a little bit of wow. I don't think I got it. Yeah, just doing the one stand is kind of not ideal. I didn't like the idea that they appear to have shut down the idea of taking out that the housing next door, because that just means that the next stand to go, the Wrexham Lager stand, it's just going to be kind of oddly shaped. It's not going to be maybe as deep as it could stand to be. And I would hope that it was some semi all connected. So I don't know how if they have a plan to pull that off. But as big as the developer was for this, I would have thought that they would have come up with just something incredible. And I don't know, maybe I just haven't heard enough about all the fancy features that it has. And maybe if I did, I would be super impressed. Yeah, I mean, Tobias, I kind of liked that ultra modern look. I mean, it was interesting. I can understand you not wanting to go for that and going for the brick in kind of a classy, older style, but that doesn't mean it has to be boring just because it's brick. And like I thought initially that design on the outside and the back was like a big W or something for Wrexham. I was like, oh, that would be great if it's a huge W. And, like there was a dragon head on the front, but, and I know it's the Wales dragon, but just, it's kind of difficult to see. I don't know. Maybe it's just the drawings. Maybe it'll pop a little bit better when we see it. But yeah, I was just looking for something special. So that whenever people would glance at it, they'd go, oh, that's Wrexham, and yeah. Yeah, I mean, there is plenty of that brick around on the Macron stand. And I'm okay. Like maybe once you integrate all the stands, there'll be something more to it and all. Beach Hunter from South Africa in to check things out. We're about 8 minutes away from the start. Again, we have a turned over side for the most part, but it looks like we're coming fairly strong. That's the thing. We're so deep. Our even when we're running a lot of our bench in there, um, they very much like Scar could be our starter, but he just kind of tick-tocks back and forth between O'Connell and Scar. So there's plenty of talent out there for us. David chiming in about the where the brick came from. I do like the idea of I mean, fine. At least they're integrating that big screen, because in the other design I didn't see a big screen, and I'm like, what? When are we going to get that? Like, it would be great to be able to. I would think for them to be able to flash replays and other scores from around the league and all sorts of stuff, and you know, highlight packages and stuff when we're warming up or coming out. And I just think that there's an opportunity with the Hollywood stuff and the everything we're filming for the documentary. You'd have high potential production value and be able to put some really good stuff up. So, like over in the U.S., all of the scoreboards and stuff are really over the top compared to just a flat, large, big screen. They have stuff that wraps around, and you know, all sorts of interesting stuff going on at different heights, and that one plain big scoreboard or video board. At least they have that, because the other design didn't. So, I guess that's an improvement. Yeah, Tobias, what do you think about that player tunnel? I'm not exactly excited about them coming out. It's weird how they're offset off to the far side over by the turf, it appears, and everyone coming out of that one spot. I don't know. Like, I was hoping for like a bigger grand entrance, and I don't know, something you could do something with when everyone comes out, and that just kind of looks like an afterthought. I do like the idea that, you know, in at halftime, they could potentially from above hear all the fans jumping up and down, you know, rattling the place. So, you know, trying to pump up our team and throw off the opponent. I mean, I like the idea of that. Hello, Jesse. Yes. So as you can see, I have I will not be showing the game. Hey, Giselle. I just have it up while we're waiting for the game to start, and there is nobody there, at least on the far side at this point for Port Vale. So I think they were near the top. I don't know. I mean, I guess I could look that up while we're waiting for League Two. So if that's the case, if they're up near the top like us, you'd think maybe they're not. They're more focused on trying to get out of League Two and back into League One more than they are winning this game. I wouldn't mind us winning this game, because I think we have so many players, and it gives an opportunity to cycle in and get some of these young guys more playing time. So I'd like them to keep up in this, keep moving on. Yeah, I mean, I think that's the plus there, Woody. I just think it would be great. Like, if you, to me, when I'm thinking about them coming out, I'm just thinking about it being coming out the middle, and it being really kind of grand and imposing, and just feels like tucked over to the side a little bit. Yeah, what do you think, Travis? There's apparently nobody in that stand. I guess it would make sense that if you don't have the place filled, that you don't have to have concession people um, over on that stand, right? So you might close out certain stands, move everyone over, consolidate, and then you don't have to open up as much of the stadium. You don't need as much security. You know, all of that. That all makes sense. Just ends up looking pretty bad when it looks like you have zero crowd based on the camera angle. Yeah, Woody, I'll bring back up the starting lineup for you. There you go. The surprising stuff, maybe Barnett's on the bench and McLean's on the bench and Rathbone and James, and we have Ashfield and Fall up front. So, yeah, more people there during COVID. Yeah. Yeah, Travis, I believe there's probably a bunch of people in the stadium. And like I said, it makes sense that you close down portions of the stadium if you were, third the numbers or less. That makes total sense managerial wise. It's just the single camera makes it look pretty bleak. Yeah, Arthur could use another game to sharpen up after that last one. Although I wouldn't mind McNicholas getting some playing time in the second half, especially if we're up a couple of goals. Blah blah blah. Okay, how close are we to kicking off? Okay, they're coming out. They're coming out. Dun, dun, dun. There we go. There's the lineup. Let's get this game underway. So again, I mean, winning would be good. The other thing we can be looking for here is the development of our younger players, right? And I wouldn't mind seeing Evidence get some time and kind of knock the rust off, right? Be good. Well, it looks like they're ready to get started quite quickly here. Pretty much on time, right at 2 p.m. East Coast. Wrexham's starting with the ball, going right to left. Ashfield's up there, about ready to get underway. Referee's waiting for something now. Like I said, if you're just joining us, Sean may be joining later. The A team is a little delayed. I'm going to try to hold it down, keep you guys marginally entertained while Sean is working. So the ball's in play, getting knocked around midfield. Port Vale breaking right now. And, oh no, Revan blows it and goal. That was heinous. Oh. There wasn't much to that counterattack. I mean, they came running down. O'Connor was way up. Revan comes running back, gets in the play, runs right through the ball and stops the ball right in front of the Port Vale player. And it was an easy goal. It was horrible. Absolutely horrible. Be close to a record on how quickly you can score. It's less than a minute. Well, if you're going to mess up, this is the game to mess up in, right? Tell me what you guys saw there. I mean, Revan didn't trip. If you tripped and fell, people fall. I get it. That just is like a brain fart or something. Like it looks like he's about ready to kick the ball. Then he looks at the the Port Vale player who's like, oh, yeah, you got this. And then he just runs right over the ball, not paying attention, and then ends up stopping the ball right in front of the player. Here they come again, Port Vale. They blow it, and ball goes to Scar. Looks like we were determined to give the ball back. Scar does get it. I do like the red shirt with the black shorts. Looks really sharp. Definitely pops differently than the white shorts. Really hated the fact that I couldn't order those. I won't get complaining on that again. They better straighten that stuff out this upcoming year. Really no reason why you can't get the whole kit or the options for the kit. Why it comes out in drips and drabs and never has the right sizes. And ball's out. It's going to be a throw-in for us. We look really playing very hectic out there. Why Scar all the way up? I don't get this. Oh, no, it's Lee, sorry. Ball's back to O'Connor. He's going to swing it around. Ball's driven out of bounds. A little pressure on Cleworth, and no one was really getting open, so did the safe thing and knocked it out long. Yeah, I mean, I don't know about you guys. I don't know that I would expect Arthur to do much with that. He, as close as that was, and as perfect as Revan set that up for the other team. You know, maybe he could have kick saved it. I don't know. I wasn't expecting him to get a hand on it. I mean, it would have been a miraculous save. I mean, it was 1,000% Revan. The question is, could Arthur have pulled out an amazing play there that he shouldn't be expected to? I don't know. Pretty close. Pretty hard to react to that. Yeah, if we get down a couple, you might as well put him, Nick Nichols. Just ran onto the ball there. They just tried to chip it in and have Longman cut across. Ball was a little long. If that keeper was more awake, he would have come out and cut it off even earlier than that. Shouldn't even have been that much of a play, I think. But it was for a moment. Awful play by Port Vale. Is blasted all the way back. Scar bringing it back around again. I think that's the thing. All of our defenders also froze. The Port Vale guy froze like, nope, Revan's just got it, and he's going to either knock it out of bounds or he's going to circle around the Port Vale guy. Everyone just kind of went, okay, nothing to see here. And then Revan stops the ball in front of the other team. Everyone's shocked, and the Port Vale guy goes, okay, I'll take a gift, goal. Yeah, DeAndre, do you think Arthur's hurt, or just, wow, that was too good of a chance? Port Vale player coming down. Interesting. I'd love to see another angle. Is it Scar late getting over again? What is he waiting for? He knows. How do you let a guy run down the middle? No one's on him. Like, Scar's supposed to call that out. He has a guy out on the wing that Max would typically be covering. And I understand how you don't want to leave a guy, but somebody has to pick up the man with the ball running down the middle so he doesn't have a free shot. That's the most dangerous spot, not out on the wing. Leave your wing guy to cover the guy coming right down the middle. I'm not getting this. Too often he won't shift off and cover the man coming down the middle. Ball's being knocked around. Tell me if I'm being too hard, guys. I know I usually am compared to all the other guys that come on here. I guess I just don't know the game well enough. It's hard to believe a championship defender would make such bad choices. Longman with the ball wide. Perfect pass in. Revan was late getting there. Fall was boxed out of it. Don't know that you can expect Revan to get to that. It would have been nice. But Longman, the guy who can't cross a road, let alone cross a ball, has just demonstrated his third perfect cross in the last handful of days. Yeah, what were the symptoms that he was having, DeAndre? What are we missing here? I didn't see what happened. He's doing a lot of rolling around, so I got to give him the flop thing. Let's see what happens here. He kicked the ball. The ball hit his foot, and he's acting as if his foot's broken. Is that possible? Is that how powerful Revan's left foot is on his cross, that if the ball hits you in the ankle, it breaks your leg? Dave Foster in the house, bringing the chance. Looks like they're having to sub someone out. Warming up the board. The positive side, I get to break out my favorite GIFs that I don't get to use. Or GIFs, however you pronounce them. Yep. Substitution, new player in. Toomer. Yes, guy's over on the side, rolling around on the ground still. I mean, I hope he's okay. That's just really strange. It didn't look like it caused him to turn his ankle or anything. Here's the cross coming in. That looked like Port Vale heading it down. It looked like he was trying to score a goal for us. I mean, he angled it out of bounds, but not by a lot. I'd be worried about that. Off by a little bit, and he's scoring a goal for us. Play it short. Lee with the ball. Crosses it again. Interesting play by Ashfield got into this strange squat and tried to let the ball hit him, just, tilted his head down, tried to hit it right on the top of his head and pop it up over everybody. Interesting attempt there. Haven't seen that before. O'Connor's looking for somebody. No one wants to move. Everyone's standing there marked with a guy next to him and no one's running. That tells you how much effort we're putting in. The energy level's got to be higher out there, guys. O'Connor doesn't want to throw it in and just give it away, but no one wants to run. Port Vale with the ball. I'm going to have to just start letting everything go and be a lot happier. It's Tuesday. I'm not working. I'm here watching Wrexham with the Red Horde. All good. Max throwing it in on the far side. Can't find anyone to throw it to. Launches it in. I believe that's Ashfield with it. Crosses it over to Revan. Revan tries to keep it in. Goes out for a goal kick. So you did notice those were Scott Sterling's videos, huh? Thought you'd spot that, Dave. All right, you want to let it go. Ball's kicked out. Got scrolling around looking for my Let It Go video. Wonder where I put it. Ball's back to Arthur. He's going to... What's he doing? Gives it a Scar. There you go, Deandra. Just got to let it go. Here comes Port Vale. Had a lot of guys forward. We're able to stop it. Clearing it out. Ball's in the far right side. Max with it. Ball's kicked long, given away to Port Vale. Passing it around. Yeah, when it comes to Wrexham, if they're going to give up a goal in the first minute, the perfect bookend to that is us scoring in the last minute or overtime. Jeez, guys, get back. Come on. All right. Connor did well there. Lee came back to help. Balls to Max. Here comes Scar with the ball up the middle. Ashfield way back to go get it. Going to carry it all the way up. Kicks it over to Lee. Lee's got plenty of room. Brings it into the middle. Swings it over. Cannon over to Longman. Longman, another cross. Little low. Gets knocked out. Port Vale's trying to counter here. Good. They flopped. Referee didn't call it. You get the ball back. Being battered around. Longman again. Out wide. Dancing with it. Cleworth way up. Gives it to Longman. Here's a low cross. Ashfield tries to skip it in. It gets deflected out for a corner. Is that going to be O'Connor on that side taking it? Yeah, it is. This is the last of the 16, right? We're in the group of 16 at the moment, or is this to get into the 16? I don't remember where we are. If this will be final 8 when we play Bolton, if we were to win this. Here's the cross coming in. It's a little short. Fall gets mugged a little bit. He tries to head it. Goes just wide right here. Let's look at this one again. Yeah, he does good. He's pushing against a couple of guys. Another guy flashes in front of him. Not bad play by him. Almost able to sneak it in. This is the quarterfinals. So this gets us into 8. I think, right? Yeah, Bolton's the quarterfinals. Thanks, John Olson. That's what I thought. I thought this was the 16 team. We need to get out of this, and then when it gets down to 8, that's against Bolton. Should have looked at it beforehand, but it was working. Wow, broken leg for blocking a shot. Yeah, I mean, I guess Bones are pretty, like, I guess if it gets blasted, I mean, the ball's moving 80 miles an hour. Well, you guys don't do miles an hour, but I know the ball moves pretty fast. Just seems weird on a foot, I guess, that looked planted in the ground. And Bolton would be at Wrexham. Yeah, we also played Bolton anyway, right? Or like, did I see? I thought we had Bolton coming up in a couple of games, right? Or was that just the potential for this game? I'm not sure. I know sometimes they put it in our schedule as if, presuming we win, this is who we'd play on this date. I don't know if that's already been determined. Ball's being knocked around at midfield, back, forth. Not much happening. Now we starting to break away. Ashfield dribbling around. It's just him and Fall. Back and forth between two of them. Over to Lee. Revan's open wide to the right. Sorry, to the left. He gets to his right foot. I don't know who he's passing it to. There's only 3 Port Vale guys there. Lee just it was O'Connor. He gave away the ball. He's going to get a yellow for that, definitely. He'll be lucky. He's lucky it's not more. Bad giveaway. Just had to pull the guy down after that. They're losing track of the ball. They're looking up. When they look back down, they're in the wrong place, and they're just flubbing it. Like this. We do not have focus today, guys. Come on. Been hit with a lot of BB guns at fairly close range. Not fun. M is in the house. Hello, Michelle Farrell. Sarah joining too. So I didn't see Sarah sneaking in. Throw in down in our zone. The Wrexham fans, they got us jammed up behind Arthur, the goal we're defending at the moment. Oh, he way in bounds on that. Throw in. Ball's being knocked around. Port Vale still has it. Defense is needs to spread out a little bit. O'Connor just got beat ugly right through his legs. And, oh my, there's Arthur with a great save. O'Connor looked awful multiple times there. That was terrible. He got beat once through the legs, and then the pass went right by him on a give and go. Here, just showing the replay again. Great give and go pass. I think Scar should have probably been able to block that. It was obvious what was going to be taking place there. And the player had essentially the same point blank chance to block the goal. This time Arthur blocked it. And I think we were discussing it before. I think everyone was so shocked when Revan gave the ball up that Arthur wasn't ready for the ball to be hit at him. This time he saw it coming and was able to react and wasn't surprised by the shot, and then therefore was able to shoot the shot. I'm sorry, to block the shot. Sure. I get an oil delivery right when you guys, a big oil truck outside. Right during the game. Corner for Port Vale. In swinger, getting knocked around, cleared out. Pile of bodies in front of Arthur. Yeah, I love the Scott Sterling stuff. The soccer. Oh, no. Arthur comes out. He's a little late to come out. A little bit of a collision. Glad no one's hurt. Would have liked to seen him get out there a little earlier. That was pretty close. Glad he didn't get dinged up there. The Scott Sterling volleyball stuff is really good, too. The soccer one was incredible. Yeah, Port Vale definitely knows come down that side of the pitch. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Brunt out pretty soon and O'Connor on the bench, the game that he's having right now. Hopefully that's noise is not I'm going to mute myself here. Yeah, I'm getting my last I'm getting my last delivery from Canada. Chip ahead. Oh, a mugging by a Port Vale player on Ashfield. Lee gets the free kick. Evans swings it around. Back to Lee. Fall makes a run. No pass to him. Him and Ashfield are on top of each other. Nowhere to go. Seb Revan. Guys, got to spread out. Got to talk. Here comes Revan bringing it in. Back to Lee. Come on, blast it. There's it. It's to Fall. He's just standing there. It doesn't seem all that interested in doing anything with it. Yeah, it's on my end. Yeah, that noise. I'm sorry about that. My boiler's right below where I'm sitting, and all the oil's coming in right now from a big truck outside. Revan with the ball, crosses it, stays on the carpet. It's knocked around a little bit out front. Pass didn't actually went right to a Port Vale player, and his clear wasn't that good. Ski Bump, people are watching it on iFollow. You could pay to watch it off of the Wrexham site. Revan's fighting hard to try to get the ball back. Nice big flop by a Port Vale player. And the referee awards that nonsense. Who is Revan throwing down? Nobody. There has to be a flop. Referee given that is nonsense. Here comes a kick. I don't understand why the keeper is all the way out trying to get this. He flubs this kick. He can't get back to the goal. Anyone from midfield in can score. Ball's knocked back to Ashfield. Struggling with the ball a little bit. Has to play it back to O'Connor. We're swinging around the back again. Hello, Tug. Showing up late. Hope you're bringing the luck for us. We could use some. Or bring some coffee or something. Some Stoke cold brew for the guys. Wake them up. Port Vale with a mini break here. It's broken up by Cannon. Nice job. Port Vale steals it back after we had it. They're at midfield. Good defense by Scar there, heading it back. Nice pass by Fall. Oh, hard tackle on Ashfield. They get the ball back on what would have been a nice, pretty play, a back footer for Fall to Ashfield. Almost worked. Got him breaking away on a one-on-one. Breaking. Port Vale, I think they just hit it out. No, they said we got a piece of it. Who was that? Evans touched that before it went out. You're sad it is in America? Yay, the oil truck went away. So hopefully, if you guys are hearing a lot of noise, that's over with. Another deep throw in, Tozer bomb. Ball's getting knocked around. Pretty good defense over there by Lee, boxing his guy out. Now he's clutching and grabbing, holding him. Ball's out far left side. Port Vale's, wow, they have it at the end line. They have to bring it all the way out to midfield. Now they're attacking the middle. They're probing. Little chip, header on. Port Vale couldn't get much on it. Easy save for Arthur. Ball's being knocked around at midfield. Sorry, I'm trying to keep up with the chat at the same time. Not a great play there by Evans. Port Vale isn't able to do anything with it. Ball's being swung around. O'Connor with the ball, then back to Evans. Ball's out wide. Longman with it. Gets it on his left foot, tries to chip across in. Goes right to a Port Vale player. Nice play by O'Connor. Gets it to Lee. Lee to Ashfield. Ashfield with the ball. Gives it to Fall. Fall blasts it back instead of trying to give and go with Ashfield. Here comes Cleworth. Comes up. Tries to blast it from about 20 meters out. There's the ball. Cannon. Yes! Goal! Give me that goal sound. Nice play by Cannon. He finally steps up. It's just been Ashfield and Fall for the most part. Fall's occupying a guy. And another trailing Ashford because they're pretty much running it looks like it's a back three, but they end up having at least four back there anytime we get onto this half. And that extra body coming in, Cannon was wide open. Scar knocks it out. We're going to give that to Tug. Thank you for showing up and bringing us the good luck. Usually that's Swoosh Kid or M or one of the other RKO, one of the guys that ends up showing up late. The other ones that usually have to bring us the luck. It was you today. Yes, Cannon, as Sean likes the Cannon by name, Cannon by nature Mark quote, right? Yeah, he was really smart there. He didn't just blast away. He even gave a little fake and then just took the easy tap, and he was so close he knew they nothing to do. Temp goes long there. It's going to be a goal kick. Yeah, so we can see the stands behind the goal we're shooting at right now is fully empty. The stands that the camera is pointing at, which is on the far side, is totally empty. We do not know how full it is under the camera. I'm presuming that's where the Port Vale players are. And then in the far stand that we're defending the goal on right now, they have two sections in the upper left that have Wrexham fans in it. Considering it's a considering it's a tournament, a trophy game, and it's not, it's not the semis or the finals. Turnout's not bad. Long drive down for Reverend. He gets there and he flubs the kick. Fall gets it, gives to Ashfield. Ashfield's got some space. What's he going to do? Brings it around, decides to pull it back. Lee now has it. Fall makes a run, gets it on the base. Oh, right along the baseline. He tries to cross it for Fall, for Revan, who had swung around in, gets knocked out. We got a corner. We had a lot of players up, which was good. A lot of options. If he could have got it out to Cannon somehow, who had just got inside the box, making his move towards the goal, that would have been it. David, 35 years a fan. Here's a cross by Lee. Not bad. Short as usual. Not all that high. Cannon gives a little love tap, and it's right in front of the referee, so they call it. I don't know. That was that bad of a little nudge. But, yeah. Ball's being swung around by Port Vale. I'm presuming most of you guys are watching the game, so I'm trying not to go too heavy on the play-by-play. Just enough in case someone isn't paying for the iFollow. I don't think it's on Paramount. I didn't see it, but Paramount's menuing system I just really don't like. And the Paramount app on smart TVs is, at least the ones that I use, is slow, and it gets hung up, and it has issues. So if you try to find something and it's not kind of off the home page or bookmarked, it's not easy to find. So this may be the only place. The iFollow might be the only way to see this one in North America, that is. Yeah, you didn't see it either, John? Hello, Denise. Hopefully now Denise will be the one that brings the next goal. Yeah, you can't get it either, David Nicholson. All right. Well, I mean, I don't know how many of you pay for iFollow, so I'll keep up the play-by-play. We have a Port Vale guy kind of rolling around on the ground. I didn't see what happened. I'm not sure if they're subbing him. They're asking for a physio to come over. No one. They decided we're just going to take this time to talk with our coach and make plays. Referee's allowing it to happen. Port Vale with the ball. Guy that was rolling around on the ground finally gets up and waiting for a throw-in now. Ball's being knocked around, slips through there. Scar misses a tricky one. People keep jumping up for headers, and then it misses. Ball tried to connect with Fall, racing downfield one-on-one with a player, and it does not connect. Port Vale on the counter. coming down the right side. Our players are a little all over the place, adjusting to this. Header, Lee gets the ball. Wrexham countering back the other way, slices it way out far to the right for Follies. He has plenty of room. A couple of 3-4 players in front of him. There's nowhere to go. He's going to blast it. Tried to sneak it in there. Defense was able to get a foot on it. Goalie, keeper dove just in case. Would have been an extremely tough shot. It was essentially 1-on-5. The rest of the players are just all off screen. Lee and Cannon coming in late to that mix. In those, I don't know how you guys feel. In those scenarios, I'm really good with him taking, especially when he has a little room. Take a blast, put it on target, make the keeper react. Try to bend something in if you can. I'm cool with that. Cannon flops on the ground, trying to get a call, doesn't get it. Port Vale blasts it upfield. Ball drops all the way back to Okonkwo on a header by a Port Vale player. Not really a save there, just a misplay. Trying to work it up through the middle here. I find this interesting that Ashfield, who is a striker, ends up coming all the way back and receiving. Here comes Lee breaking down. He was looking at Fall. Fall never really gave him anything where he could do something with it. Lee with the ball just outside the box, blasts away. It's about 20 meters out on the far right edge of the box. And he put it maybe out of the stadium. No. Top of the stadium. Really, you'd hope he could put a better move on it than that. He had plenty of room. Nope. Dave Foster likes the new cop picks. So we have him and I think Canadian, Wild and Free Canadian, like the new stadium design as well. I'm the only one really being Mr. Negative, I guess, about it. I'm not all that negative. I guess I was just waiting for more, hoping for more. Just because the Populace is supposed to be, the premier side, and when you look at some of their other designs, just looks very, very impressive, very big, and this doesn't look anything like any of that. So. And truthfully, if you're doing 4 sides over, if you're doing the whole stadium over, the cup design portion is big enough. I mean, it's just one end, right? You'd really think that the spectacular thing would be when they do over the lager stand. But the fact that they're not removing the dorm rooms over there makes me think that they're not going to go big there. They can't go large with the outside facade and that whole area. They can't go that deep. They're going to be running into that building. So it's almost like they're going to be just building almost straight up, maybe 2 levels or something to get enough seats in on that side. And if you're doing that, it just doesn't look like it's going to be all that impressive. Fall flops. I don't know why, trying to draw something, a kick from the far right, which I don't think would have been all that productive. Port Vale misplays it, and ball goes back to O'Connor. So we're bringing the ball out from the back now. Evans with the ball, looking for someone to pass to, chips it out wide, goes over to Longman. Longman back to Max. Try to get it to Fall. They don't connect. Port Vale knocks it around. Longman steals it on a bad pass by them. He's breaking in. He's trying to find a spot. They dive, hands it to Ashworth. Ashworth, oh, nice play by Longman. Hands it to Ashworth. Is Ashworth a righty? Because he kicked it with his left foot, tried to cut it back across the keeper, was not able to. Yeah, that looks like his off foot. Keeper gets a hand on it. It's going to be a corner for O'Connor. That was a nice play. Longman bringing it inside. I don't think Port Vale handled that particularly well. They had multiple guys staying on Longman. They didn't attack the ball, and they let him pass it to. Corner comes in, gets knocked around, and both Evans and Cannon both say, "I got it," at the same time, and then they both take a shot, and ball goes over the goal. Like the aggressiveness, but I think if Evans didn't have to deal with Cannon being right there, he could have put a little better of a move on that ball. Yeah, I get that, Dave. I mean, it doesn't have to be. It's just I feel like we do have that big amount of money, right? And spending money on the stadium, you don't redo the stadium every 5 to 10 years. This thing is going to be there for a while, right? And why not make it a little bit of a showpiece? I guess it's just the American in me, the way that a lot of the stadiums get made over here for most of the sports, where for many of them they try to go really big and make them showpieces, put in all the bells and whistles and latest tech and the biggest screens, and they're usually just something to really look at. And cross here, Arthur gets a great hand on it. Not sure it was going to connect with the Port Vale player on the far side. O'Connor gets knocked to the ground. A little bit of a flop, but he was shoved in the back pretty good. Was a pretty good play by Port Vale to get that cross in, and a nice one of those things Arthur can get to that most players can't. Got a hand on that as it was going to drop in behind him. But we had that defended pretty well. It was going to be difficult for them to knock that in. Yeah, I definitely, Dave, that's what I was saying. Like, what they did with the cop is fine, presuming that they have a little bit more when it comes to some of the other stands. And it looks like they're not going to really be touching the Macron. If so, it would be the last thing they're doing. And they said Lager next, if they stick with the plan to not create any more space over there, they can't go too grand. There's just no room for it. You can't have a deep, large, first level of seats angling back, because you don't have that space. And of course, you don't have it on the Macron side, even if you were to do over that area, right? The Mold Road's right there, so, and if they're not going to require any more land, there's not a ton of space in the tech end either. So the area where they had a decent amount of room without really having to work at it was the cop end. And because that's also the first thing you see when you get off the train and you come over, and they're planning on making that where the fan zone is, because they have the most land there, you just figured that's okay. That's the front. That's the showpiece. That's what you see. So that's what would be a little flashier, or a little, I mean, you could still have done all brick. I just mean, it could have been a little bit more. So ball's getting knocked around back and forth. Ooh. What? Which way did you just blow that? Did Ashfield just get taken out and they called it on him? Oh, wow. They called him for flopping. Holy moly. I haven't seen that. Ashfield stuck his leg out and acted like he got tripped, and they gave him a yellow for it. Wow. I mean, I'd love to see that for a referee. I just think that he's had opportunities to do that earlier and hasn't. So, yeah, Jess, I think the other three aren't going to be big. I thought the cop was going to be the big. Yeah, you got to call that. Just jumps on Mo Fall's back there. The other three are just going to, be upgrades, not a full build. So yeah, if you were going to ever go big, I thought cop's the spot to do it. Yellow card. I should have something for the yellow card. Like he goes into the box for 2 minutes and he feels shame. That's the next little video that I have to come up with on yellow cards. Got a free kick here for Wrexham. It's out on the far left. O'Connor's going to bring it over. Gives it to Evans. Evans looking, chips it. Far right side. Nice little header. Scar tried to head it to Fall. Wasn't able to connect. Ball's getting knocked around just on the edge of the box. Cleareth gives it back to Scar. Scar swings it around. Lee's now got it. Guy spread out. Looking around. Cannon with the ball. Scar with the ball. Now Lee. They're all just passing it to each other like it's a drill. They're all about 3 meters apart. Spread out, guys. Make something happen. Halftime, right? Is that what that was? Looks like it. One. Yeah. I'll have to get my own theme music. Full inspiration, increased capacity with small space. Take a look at the cottage. All right, halftime. Let's come up with something other than me complaining. One. How do you guys feel about it? Fall's pretty active. I like Ashworth. Longman's looking very good. Obviously, Cannon with the goal. Once he gets forward, I mean, typically we don't see him that far forward. He seems most dangerous at about, 20, 21 meters, gets the ball, makes a little move, and blasts away. But the fact that he came forward, they didn't pick him up, and very nice pass and a goal. Easy goal. All right, let's see what the statistics look like here on this game. Yeah, they just don't give us anything. FOTMob just gives up statistically on trophy games. So that's pretty much all I have right there, right? Ashfield and O'Connor with the yellows. Port Vale's player was subbed out in the 11th minute with, I don't know. Maybe you guys were listening. I don't want the echoing and everything, so I don't have Mark's feed coming in, or presuming Mark's doing it today. So I don't know how bad the injury was, if you guys can let me know. What would my theme music be? Yeah, I don't know. I got to come up with something. I have when I was growing up, there was a lot of that was like kind of the birth of rap music in the U.S., especially up on the East Coast near where I am. We used to get bootleg tapes and stuff. We'd play in boom boxes coming out of New York. People would go to New York and get all those demo tapes and bring them back, and that's what we'd be listening to before they were on the radio or videos or anything like that. So I'd probably have to go with some sort of old school Run DMC or Beastie Boys or Rakim, something from the late 80s, early 90s. Yeah, so nothing really here to look at statistically. Not even getting any fought mob numbers, what they rated the players. Just trying to see who it is that we'd be playing next. Obviously, we know it's Bolton. Just seeing who else is left in this. All right. Yeah, you agree, Swoosh Kid? Look, Longman does look pretty good. It was the first time I got to see him. So I believe that when he, at his last stop, he played where McLean does on the left. And the fact that he's a righty, he often couldn't effectively cross it with his left foot. So therefore, I think he brought it in a lot with his right. But now he's over on the right where Barnett is, and Barnett knows how to cross the ball. Now we got two guys that are really good at crossing the ball from the right side. So when he feels really comfortable taking it right and crossing it in, this is the first time we got to see him cut it back, had the ball on his left foot. He tried to hit a nice little chip. It wasn't a power shot by any means. He wasn't trying to. It looked okay. But I don't know that he's going to be tremendously threatening if he cuts back on that that far side. Whereas Barney looks a little bit more threatening and a little quicker when he cuts it back and brings it in. But Longman's looking great. I mean, I didn't think anyone would be able to cross it as accurately and consistently as Barnett does with that nice height and the curve dropping in. But Longman's doing it. Very impressive. Need a midfielder in that opening. Yeah. Yeah, we got to find some way to. I mean, Lee ends up. So the side of the midfield that he's playing is the same side as Revan, and he seems still fairly wide when he does approach the box. And there is just this huge gap coming down the middle of our pitch. And Fall's doing a great job, like getting the defender's attention. They're right up against him, and Ashfield's kind of, looking for his spot. But that's why that there's nothing in that middle, that trailing spot coming down the middle. And when Cannon finally filled it, easy goal. So hopefully that's what they're being told in the locker room, and they're looking for that a little bit more. It's the best spot for Cannon to get the ball right on the edge of the box, blast it right from there. Especially when the defense sags back like they were. Waka Flocka Flame. Nice choice, Dave. I might do Fall of the Leader by Rakim. Although used to be some really good stuff by I don't know. I'll have to think about it more. I'll surprise you on the next one, Dave. I'll try to break out some of my theme music when we come into Sean and I popping on. Sorry, I'm just reading the chat here. Do we know if they looked into a new stadium, or can they just change? Doesn't look like they're thinking new stadium. I mean, I'm guessing, and this is only my guess, and I haven't heard anything, and you guys tell me what you think. I think the COP and the renovations to the other three sides is going to be slightly underwhelming for what you would hope for, say, like a Premier League stadium. And my guess is that they thought they can not spend a ton and have an okay championship stadium, and if they ever make it into the Premier League with the idea of trying to stay up, I think that's when they ask to go elsewhere and create another stadium without, because like there doesn't appear that they want to really increase the footprint there, right? Like if you were really going all out, like this, I remember saying this to some of the guys from Fearless and Devotion when they were up in Vancouver. Like if we're really going for it and now's the time you're working on it, it would seem like you should be able to make an underground passage to the train station. So you could get off the train stop, go down a flight of stairs, go under the tracks essentially, and then, pop up outside or continue to walk into like one of the lower levels of the COP and then come up into the stadium, right? Like that's something you'd expect to see in the US, at least, where they try to connect the stadiums when they can, when it's, in that close of a proximity to a train station. And, I was thinking, oh yeah. And he's like, there's absolutely no way that would ever happen. They never do anything like that grand, and they'd be worried about the train and the tracks and building under it and everything like that. And obviously I was thinking way too big. So Yellow Submarine rap for the card theme song. Dave making his first trip in April. What games are you going to be able to make, Dave? Do you know? Anyone else heading over? I was thinking about going in April. Just looking at the stats they're throwing up. We had tackles won, pretty good passing accuracy, attacking in the last third, key passes. It looks like we have all the numbers. They have fouls. We have fouls won. We're even leading in yellow cards. Possession is 61% to 38. 8 total shots, 2 on target, both teams. Tackles won, clearances, duels. I should stop being negative. You read these halftime stats and we're killing it. Scores 1-1, but all the other indicators are saying Wrexham's playing great. I didn't think they're playing bad. I was probably, the negative energy for talking about the COP stand, really. And a few players aren't playing spectacular out there. Our left side's having issues with Revan and O'Connor today, I think. So I would not be surprised if we got some subs there. So Dave's looking at Burton Albion on April 5th and Cambridge on the 1st. So you wanted to see them play all the titans of the league. Hopefully we'll get you those wins. You got to make sure that you take some really nice picks and send them into the Discord, Dave. And if you've got good Wi-Fi or anything there, or good signal, trying to contact us at half or whatever, we could get you the thing and you could pop in and give us a look around and give us your feedback. That would be pretty cool. Andy, nice to see you. Yeah, I agree, Woody. We looked extremely lethargic at the beginning. And like I said, nobody wanted to move around on throw-ins, right? Like, you guys are watching the game. There was no one open. No one was trying to get open. We're seeing a lot more movement as the game went on, creating a lot of good chances. I like that we don't look as predictable. We have players rushing forward. Like I said, seeing Ashford go from where he should be at the far other end, coming all the way back to where you'd expect the defensive midfielder, getting the ball from Scar or O'Connor, and then trying to carry it up. And the whole time, with his speed and his ball handling ability, he's a threat, right? So they're backing down, and it really creates opportunities. And it gives us a different look, other than the kick it out wide right, and the right side wing back is going to slice it in, right? Like, that's pretty much what you expect from Wrexham, which we did, and it was effective. Obviously use that tool. I just mean, today we've seen a little bit more out of this team. Some of the players are starting to come back out here. Yeah, I just wonder if we put Longman in another position, like, what would happen if you had him in that attacking midfield spot where Lee is. Who knows where he's going to get the ball, let him run around and find it. I mean, you have Barnett on the bench. Why not? Now's the time to experiment, right? Like, why not do that? I'd love to see that. Ball's ready to come back in. Port Vale starting with it. And we're off. Subs, who and when, yeah. Yeah, Dave, we definitely have to do a halftime thing with you. That would be awesome. Dave Foster, is that a euphemism? Nice. Yeah, Mark, we've only seen the once halftime subs, right? Here comes Port Vale, making a break, charging down the left side. Come on, guys, attack the ball. Ball still around. Here comes a cross in. Defended well by O'Connor, kicked away. Ball still on the left side. Ball's being brought back around by Port Vale. "3D Robin, haven't seen you here before. Welcome." Very astute point. More by 3D Robin. More people on the pitch than in the stands. The nice thing is that we'll be trying to score with our fans behind us. Not really behind the goal, but at least in the stands behind the goal. Hey, Dale, nice to see you. Here we go down the left side, Revan with the ball. working to try to find an opening, isn't able to, brings it back to Lee. See how wide Lee is there? No real threat to take it into the middle sometimes when we come down that side. Ball's out wide, Longman with it, thinking about crossing, does, nice cross, not able to connect with Ashfield. There was a defender between him and the cross. Back to Longman again, has Cannon, tries to go around to the right, he does, cuts back, puts on his left foot, there's the cross, goal! Ashford. That was my Peter Brady time to change. That's what I'm talking about. That's the spot we talked about. Lee and Ashford kind of switched. Lee was pressing forward. Ashford hung back a little bit, and when Longman beat his guy, he did such a good job at beating his guy. He had time, and he paused and looked, and he could see Ashfield backing up to give him the space for the pass. He did. Nice side foot tap in. Very good play. Ashfield very excited there. Good for him. Yeah, our defense hasn't looked. I think earlier in the season, our defense looked like we were just giving people nothing, right? Like no opportunities. Today, there looked like there's been opportunities for Port Vale to get better chances, more chances than they have. They had those 2 point blank shots, the one by Revan, and then the other one from the exact same spot, except Agonko made saw them coming and was able to make an incredible save. So it really, we're lucky that it's not 2-2 here. Oh, Cannon gonna get, yeah. Oh. Didn't think that was intentional. It looks like the referee didn't either. He's gonna let that go. Yeah. Port Vale with the ball coming out of the back. We need to pressure him a little bit. Fall does. And it causes a turnover. Evans with the ball. Looking around, gives it to Clearworth. Max chips it ahead. A little too far. Port Vale tries to go down the far right side. O'Connor plays some good D there, cuts it off. Wrexham coming the other way. Ball's near midfield. Lee with it. Everyone's a little out of place here. I'm going to reset it. Ball's back to Scar. O'Connor's got to come back so Evans can move forward. O'Connor stays wide. Was looking for Revan. There's Ashfield. Lee. Spacing's a little off on the far left here. We're all jumbled together. Pressure Lee with the ball, coming over to the middle with it. Ashfield's got to get out of there. Passes it over to Cannon. Bad pass. Ball gets stolen away. We flop and get the call. Ashfield gets hit from behind and goes down fast. Decent spot here. Well, we have it's the same player who was rolling around wasting time earlier for no reason. Didn't bring a physio out. Now this time they are. I wonder if it's mandatory the second time you go and sit your butt down and waste time if they make you take a physio. Hello, Charles Farrell. Nice to see you. I will see you Thursday. Killing clock. Looks like it's got Parky. Wonder if it gets him thinking about bringing people in. He was talking back to the players. I didn't look at how cold it is there. Parky looks like he's got the jacket all the way up, and so does the other team. It looks like they're, I guess it's nighttime there too, so it's going to be on the cold end. Just looking it up now. Oh, geez. It's like, well, it's 45 degrees Fahrenheit. So what's that, like around 8 or so Celsius? That's not bad. I thought the way they were all kind of bundled up, they looked, maybe there's a wind that I don't see. Lee coming over, getting some water. Oh, looks like they're walking the player off. I don't know if he's coming out of the game. They're in absolutely zero hurry to get him off the pitch. Don't know if he's coming out of the game. Them flop versus our flop. Yeah. That's a good idea, Dave. Like them taking a hatchet to us when we go down and them just acting on theirs. I like that. We'll be theatrical. I'll have like a Shakespearean one. You end up giving me my inspiration for a lot of the good videos. Dave Foster ends up making some really good suggestions. Mark, I don't know what got retracted there. The bot just grabs the all cap stuff, so maybe that's what it was. Oh, it's 5 Celsius. Thanks for the correction, Bumblebee. Here's the play. Really interesting. Played it on the carpet, led Ashfield. It looked like he wasn't ready for that, like he didn't know the play, and goes easy pickup for the keeper. Port Vale with the ball. They're trying to move forward. They're at midfield. The ball out to the far left. They got a little room. Still trying to make something happen here, and a flop. Ball being knocked around. Cannon puts the ball, kicks the ball, and it looks like he's tripping him. And as the player for Port Vale goes down, Ashford can see it, and he puts his arms up like, oh, just put your arms up like you didn't do anything. Max with the ball. Back to Scar, being booted around. Tries to shoot it ahead a little bit. Does. See Ashford coming all the way back. That's what I'm talking about. Like he's all the way back, farther back than are our midfielders. And when he comes sprinting back like that to get the ball, he's usually not covered. And then he gets the ball, turns around, and then they all have to kind of readjust. I like that he's doing that. Nice steal here by Lee. They're coming forward. I guess that was to fall. It really had no chance for fall. It was behind him. That's the kind of stuff that's going to happen. Guys that don't probably get to play at all together. Miscommunications there. Christopher, nice to see you. The last goal was we had the first one was by ours was by Cannon, and then the second goal was Ashford. Harry. Looks like Max is going to be throwing in this next one. The Ashfield goal, by the way, since you didn't see it, Chris, while the throw-in's taking place, it was a great move by Longman. He, instead of crossing it, he brought it over to his left foot, then back to his right, beat his man on the right, was approaching the goal. He was only a couple meters away from goal. He had beat his man so well, he had enough time to look up. He saw Leon fall in the way up in the box, and Ashfield backed up, creating some space, passed on the ball, and Ashfield just side-footed, knocked it in from I don't know, about 4 meters out, 3 meters out, like that. Looks like we have Ashfield down on the ground now. I didn't see what happened to him. Holding his calf, it looks like. Don't know if it's a cramp or what. He's wincing, so it looks like it's legit. They're trying to stretch him out. Hopefully he didn't pull it. He was looking really good out there. I would have liked to seen a little bit more. Glad he got that goal, though. That's what we were talking about beforehand. I was really hoping to see Fall and some of these other guys kind of feel good about themselves and feel threatening in case they get brought in games. We want them to have the confidence, right? Ashfield's still limping, bringing him over to the side. Yeah, they're high-fiving him. He's being taken out. I thought so. He pulled the calf. Palmer in. That's interesting. So now they're going to have Palmer and Fall in, which is not exactly what you would expect back there, but hopefully the two bruisers can free up Lee or someone else to get open. I mean, yeah, I wouldn't have minded. I mean, I guess we don't want Smith to get hurt. I wouldn't have minded seeing him a little bit. Although it's a good sign. I mean, for me, that means if Palmer's in now, they're going to not feel like they have to get him in the other games, right? Sorry, just looking at the replay here. Pretty decent play by Port Vale, and the player for Port Vale really got the ball in a kind of dangerous position on the right side, plenty of space, and he kind of stumbled as he kicked it and missed the goal. Interesting chip in. Longman tried to cannon to Longman. Longman was trying to cut in behind the defense. He had come way in from the far right wing, and they almost were able to connect there. That was a really nice play. Ball's going back and forth. Evans with the ball, gets it over to Cleworth. Cleworth carries the ball forward, well up, tries to slice it over to Palmer, does. Palmer can't really do much with it there. They had Longman pinned against the sideline. Not much to do there. Got nice to get us a throw in. We need to get more guys forward. There's no one to throw to here. What's Longman going to do? There's 5 Port Vale guys and Palmer. Gives it to Cannon. Longman with it. Come on, someone's got to go down the middle. There's 3 guys. He's got to slice it in. Can't get it high enough. Oh, a dive there. The ball's free. Yes! Goal! Woo! Longman again to Lee. Misplayed by Port Vale there. Woo! Yeah, so the first cross in, the keeper was going to come out and snag it. It was a tough low cross. The keeper would have caught it. one of the defenders dives, heads it, but instead of heading it out of bounds, he tries to keep it in bounds and play it to one of his guys. It misses. It goes back to all the way back out to Longman. And then Longman takes his time, makes a very good service to Lee, who had a little bit of space between him and the defenders, and kept it on the carpet nice and clean. Lee, another side-footed tap in. What we've been getting, such great passing and service to those players who are just kind of stepping back from the defense, creating some space, and Longman and others are making some really nice passes here. So, yeah, looking very good. I mean, truthfully, these guys getting open, and we are sending more guys forward, but Port Vale should be doing a lot better at keeping track of the guys and not leaving that kind of space. But, I mean, Longman's showing you that he will punish you if you're giving him, an opportunity to make a good pass. He's capable of doing it, and the service he's giving is definitely shots you can. Here's Port Vale, balls out wide, player in the box. Revan's playing really good defensively. Lee comes over to help out, knocks the ball out. It's going to be a throw in down near the corner. Yeah, Longman is playing really good. But again, what do you do here, right? You had Barnett, who, what has he had? Like maybe one game where he wasn't really good to great. So you're gonna sit Ryan Barnett for Longman, who's playing great and deserves to be on the pitch. I'm just saying you got to change your lineup a little bit. Like find another way to get the talent on the field. Ball being swung around here. Port Vale probing, nice chip in, good service, decent defense. Looks like Port Vale's going to get, that was pretty dangerous. Bunch of headers there, but we had enough guys back, did a decent enough job. It's going to be a corner for Port Vale. David Foster with the goal. Hopefully it's you're not calling out the goal for the wrong team. Here's Port Vale. Outswinger, header, dive and save. Wow. Woo. Nice save. Good play there by Arthur. Comes in, good header, dives to his right to the ground. Again, the thing that I get a little concerned about Arthur is he doesn't contain those balls when he dives, or he doesn't deflect them out wide. He ends up deflecting them back to out front. That's what happened. But he was able to scurry to it, and enough of the defenders were bodying guys, preventing them from getting to the ball quickly. So, Arthur almost took a boot in the face for his troubles, but he was able to get to the ball and corral it. So. Ball back to Arthur as it's being knocked around. Clears it out wide to O'Connor. Evans asks for the ball, holds it up. Surveying, gives it to O'Connor, who's now moved up along the left wing, over to Revan. It's really packed on that side, guys. Bring it to the middle. Bring it to the middle. Revan looking. Gets it to Palmer. Palmer to Mofall. There's the swing. Now everyone is scurrying to get back for Port Vale. Max over to Longman. Longman trying to bring it back to the middle. Instead, kicks it all the way back. Over to Scar. Puts a too much on that ball out to the far left side, and that goes out of bounds. Yeah, Barney to playing goal. Yeah, what do you guys think? Do you think that they should be trying to get Barney and Longman on the field at the same time? I mean, I don't know that I understand that Longman was playing out in McLean's spot on the left, but obviously he can't cross the same with his off foot from that spot. But he would be very dangerous to bring it back inside. Is that the play? Is that what you want to see? I haven't seen Longman be bad on defense. I've seen him get back a few times. I don't really know how much of a drop off there would be between McLean and him defensively, and if that's not the right move. Again, I wouldn't mind him in some sort of attacking midfield role. Barney looks like he could be dangerous in that spot too. Exactly, Ken. That's what I'm thinking. You know, find some way to sneak one of those two players. They appear to be so dynamic. Like you can't keep them off the pitch. Don't alternate them. See, Dale, you're saying what I'm saying. The way he deflects things out as opposed to just trying to catch them and smother them. I've never, heard any decent coaching or had any coaching relating to being a keeper, so I don't know what the play is. It just seems, logically speaking, that you'd want to try to grab and smother everything if possible, and then if there's any doubt, you're thinking about deflecting as wide as possible, right? Not back out front. I mean, you'd rather him put it back out front than not block it, but too often it goes back to an advantageous spot for the other team. Ooh, offside saved us there. Thank you, linesman. Port Vale chips it ahead. It looked like Scar made a nice play. He moved up, putting the Port Vale player off sides. O'Connor almost put him back on sides by trying to rush back in a panic. And O'Connor would not have been able to prevent him from breaking away and going at Arthur. Throw in by Revan quickly, gives it to Palmer, gets taken. Lee with the ball, blasts it out to the far left. Not a great pass. Longman has to come back and recycle it. Lee boots it back to Arthur. Oh, really, Ken? I didn't see that. I know the content provider you're talking about, the data analytics, the guy from Wrexham. Yeah, I like him too. Barney does look like one of those players who, more than most, feels fairly comfortable driving the ball and moving around with his off foot. So, having him play in the midfield, attacking midfielder area, I think might be your best bet, especially as solid as Long. I didn't think anyone could stand in and do nearly as good a job as Longman does it. Cannon coming off and Longman coming off for Dobson and Mendy. Yeah, I didn't think anybody would be able to give us the something reasonably close to Barney's consistency and ability to get good crosses in. Lee goes to ground trying to bring the ball back. Pretty good defense being played on him. Lee scrambling around. Gives it to Revan. Revan back to Lee. Far left side. Port Vale finally takes it away. They're still playing very hard. Wrexham has to recycle. Ball's back around all the way to Max. Max out to Mendy. Mendy brings it back to Max. Max. Mendy again. Mendy's going the wrong way, and he doesn't know what to do with it. Tries to slice it all the way across to O'Connor, barely gets there. Connor swings it around, Revan with the ball on the far left side. Makes a move, gets around his man, slices it across. Oh, almost finds Mendy, surprisingly. Not a lot on that ball, and it just kind of seeing eye through the defense there, and Mendy almost was able to get on the other end of it. Ball still being kicked around. Dobson brings it all the way back to Scar. Scar over to Max. Max bringing it forward. Port Vale working hard defensively. Max chips it ahead. There was nothing really happening with Mendy. Ends up going all the way back to the keeper. I think with Brunt back there on McLean's side, I think the defense is very solid with that combo. And McLean's not blazing fast, but he's running often. I think, like we said, the McLean does a pretty decent job, even offensively, from his left side, right? He doesn't make the chances that Barnett does, but nobody does, right? And I think what we're really lacking is that I think some other people here in the chat agree. Here comes Revan coming forward outside the edge of the box. He's inside, tries to blast it, multiple defenders in the way, gets blocked down. Port Vale coming the other way. Is that midfield spot that we're lacking creation there, and the ball being brought into the keepers from the middle of the pitch, not just from the far right side from Barney. And right now we're just, we've swapped Longman in, and we're getting that same kind of production out of Longman from the wing, right? But we need to be threatening for more than just that. The times where Barney struggled is when they've double teamed him out there. The smart teams send another guy out there and make sure that Barney can't, squeeze in and curl the ball in on that cross. So the first defender plays past Barney and plays on his right foot, making sure he can't curl it around him. And so Barney has to hold it up, and then he can't cut back in because the other defender pinches all the way out. And then we should be able to swing the ball around at that point. Here comes Palmer trying to keep it. No, Rodriguez. That's Palmer. Yeah. That's Rodriguez for a second. Palmer showing so much speed that I haven't seen in a long time. I was questioning what I was seeing. Wasn't able to keep it in there, and Port Vale with the ball. Collision there, Dobson and Port Vale players. Let's see what this was. Yeah, a little bit of a wrestling. Oh, Jesus. He tries to push Dobson over, and Dobson's so strong that he ends up pushing and throwing himself away by pushing on Dobson. It's what you'd expect if a little kid tried to run and steamroll his dad at age 5, where he tries to boom and bounces off. That's essentially what he does there. He pushes off, and Dobson falls to the ground, and they have to blow a whistle. We're being really safe here, taking our time trying to bring it out from the back. O'Connor with the ball. They're pressing, trying to make something happen. Ball gets sent to Fall. Fall tries to head it ahead for Revan. Goes a little too far. Goes back to the keeper who sends it out wide, and then Port Vale knocks it out. Revan with the throw-in on the far left. Over to Fall, back to Revan. Chat has gone quiet. All being cycled. Back to Arthur. Hey, wow. For a Tuesday, we got 100 Red Horde fans here. Congratulations to you guys. Way to support the team. I was expecting I was going to be here talking to 20, 30 of the regulars. And little did I know we'd be getting the top 100 Horde fans. Hey there, Angel. Angel coming in to bring luck like he did the other game. Max throws it in. Mendy with the ball. Gets kind of taken from him, knocked out. Another throw in for Max. Oh, other Vince, have not seen you chatting in a while. Palmer with a blast. Oh, put a nice move on it. Far outside edge of the box. 19 meters out on the right side. Didn't have the greatest angle. Defender was taking away kind of that left. He tries to get it, squeeze it in just on the right edge around the goalpost, but the way he hit it with the bend, he really would have had to play it out far to the middle of the pitch. It's going to be a corner here for Lee. Josh Adams. Yeah, they sent Adams out, didn't they? McLean with a nice one. Finally headed down in. Oh, just got missed. That's why Lee was heading it down. So who was that taking the corner? I couldn't see. Is that that's O'Connor, I believe. That's why the service was pretty good. He hits he hits a nice high cross, drops down right on the about 2 meters out, even with the far post. Lee heads it down and misses by less than a meter wide. He was able to get a lot of power on it. If it was on the goal, it was in. The keeper wasn't getting to that. Port Vale flopping now. Looks like they're going to give it to him. Yeah, looks like he just got shot in the back. Wrexham takes control of the ball, getting swung around. Port Vale really telling you they want this. 81st minute. It's definitely going to be some extra time. Fall with the ball, struggling to really get going here. Gets it out to Revan. Palmer in the middle. Fall tries to cross. Fall. Goal! Woo-hoo-hoo! Boy, he turned on the Jets. I thought there's no chance he's getting it. The ball slows up on a cross by Seb Revan. Just out into nowhere. He floats it out in front. Keeper really should have probably come out a little bit more and tried to get to that ball. Didn't. Defender does not get back. Fall turns it in another gear and gets there and slides and gets it. Impressive. Good for Fall. Exactly what we wanted. Revan, nice cross there. He's got to feel better about himself after giving up that goal early, and not looking good in a few different areas. And I think we can say he redeemed himself with that beautiful cross. He's beat his man a couple times on that far left side. Been dangerous. Not Barney or Longman dangerous, but this second half is the best Revan's looked for me in quite a while. Port Vale with gets the foul there. Foul tripped a guy. Port Vale rushing to get the ball back in, playing with urgency, but 4-1 in the 83rd minute. Doesn't look like it's going to happen. And I just knocked on wood. And unlike Sean, I do not jinx us. So there's a cross headed out by Scar. Lee boxes out well there. They steal the ball from Revan, and Revan fouls him in. Yeah, well, I mean, everyone who's been coming in late, Angel doing it again, like minutes after Angel shows up, good stuff happens. Great service by Port Vale along to the deep far left side. They're not able to connect. Palmer played good defense there. Mendy with the breakout. He's got it on the far right. He had guys running hard with him. Palmer came bombing back, showing a ton of effort to go from the baseline all the way up to catch up to Mendy. So did Fall. They both busting their butt. You're going to have to get oxygen for Palmer, I think. Here comes a sub in. Brunt in for Cleworth. Interesting. Max doesn't need to be out there, though. Mendy on the ground, lost a sneaker, apparently. Yes, I know what to do for that. Someone needs to teach Mendy how to tie his shoes, I guess. Pretty sure someone gave him a flat tire there. Port Vale with the ball. We're pressing up a little bit, not giving them the easiest amount of room. They try to get something going, and Brent steps up and steals it. Ball's over to Lee. Crosses it wide to Mendy. He could take a shot right from here. What's he going to do? Crosses it back in. Brings it back right. Gets over on his strong foot. It ball's in front. Score! Is it offsides? It's offsides, right? Yeah. Fall was offsides on the baseline waiting for that ball. It got touched twice. The second time it got touched, put him offside. Oh, so close. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys in the box. Oh, I don't know. That last defender was pretty close. Fall was not offsides by much. Maybe a half yard, but probably was offsides there. Brunt with a good throw in. Balls to Fall with it. Bring it across the middle. Kicks it over to, tries to get to Revan. If he was able to get that across with the Port Vale guy cheating up, that looked like it would have been an easy goal for Revan. Revan comes all the way back, tries to get in the mix. Fall steals it, gives it to Revan, who just gassed himself coming back. He's jogging up with no help. Just Palmer there. Checks it up, gives it to Lee. Ball's being cycled back around. A little dangerous there by O'Connor. Ball gets blasted way out to the left for Revan again. Port Vale takes it, knocks it ahead. They're pushing again here. They got 3 players forward. There's a chip. Wow, finds his man. Great effort by the Port Vale player. Tries to head it. Couldn't get a ton on it. He was backpedaling. Ball came perfect service over Brunt, who ideally you'd want him to be able to block that. Didn't. And the Port Vale guy did a great job to head it to Okonkwo, but no real threat there. Easy save. Game's wide open right now. It's really fun to watch. Port Vale with the ball coming forward. The playing advantage. Port Vale with the ball on the far left. trying to cross it. They unable to keep it in. I believe it's a goal kick. Yes. Yeah, 4 goals. So we haven't put up a 5 spot in quite a while, right? We don't need a 5 spot, right? And it's not like goal difference in the league. So this isn't going to amount to much other than momentum, right? And it's great seeing this group of guys play well. You know, they don't get out on the pitch as much. They haven't been playing together. So this success is definitely good. Port Vale taking a little bit of time. Wrexham's pressing a little bit, making it a little more difficult for them. They knock it ahead. Brunt gets in there, mishits the ball, but it finds its way to Evans. Evans out wide to Revan. Revan trying to make something happen. Cuts back in with it, passes it to Palmer. Instead of give and go, Palmer sends it back. Oh, so the Bolton at home in League One is on March 1st. Okay. Thanks, WG. Port Vale at the ball at midfield. Chipping it ahead. Looks like O'Connor's got that safely. Tries to pass it to Dobson. Dobson back to Scar. Scar looking to bring it out to the left here. Sorry, the right. Chips it ahead to Port Vale. They're going to have to recycle it back to the keeper. Yeah, it looks like all the Wrexham fans are standing back there. It's nice we got all these goals right there in front of them. Ashfield got to get his score and have the fans right there to pose to. He ran right to them. We got 3 minutes of extra time. Put that up on the scoreboard here. Another 2.5 minutes here. Ball's knocked ahead and headed out by Scar. Good defense. What are you saying there, Vince, about needing and wanting 2 different things? Oh, it's need. What's John? Trying to keep up with the chat. Ball's cleared out by Brunt. Knocks it out just near midfield. Port Vale throws it in. Yeah, for as really poor as they looked early on with their effort, they slowly turned it on approaching half, and then they came out fairly aggressive and active and have been the whole half. I'm semi-interested in seeing what the numbers would be. Oh, blasts away by Port Vale from almost 26, 27 yards out at least. Quite powerful. Hit, got deflected. I don't know who got their body in the way. They do a short corner. They're trying to get it in. Here's a cross low. Gets headed away by Palmer. Great job. Revan running hard at the ball. There's O'Connor going out hard. Tries to keep it in. Does. Port Vale's able to get a hold of it. Get it back into the box on the far left. O'Connor plays really good defense there. Controls it well. Fall to Revan. Revan's going to clear it down the left side to Palmer. Does. There we go. Dobson taking it down the left side, trying to waste some more time. Should be about 20 seconds away from the whistle here if he calls it right on. Little push on foul there. Looks like he's okay. This is going to burn a little more clock. They're waiting for O'Connor to take it. Yeah, there you go. Dave Foster's right. We won, I'm sure, because in court, in the middle of the proceedings, Sean asked if he could put on a toque, and he did, and then success followed for Wrexham. I'm sure that's what took place. Here we go. Wrexham with a very impressive performance. Some of the better football that they've played all year long by a good deal of their second 11. Very good. Very good. Great activity by the Wrexham fans, the fans that traveled there, and us today, right? We had more than we have 100 and almost 110 people watching right now. So really impressive on a Tuesday. Either the rest of you really hate work and all have your phone in your lap at work, or you're watching it from a different place in the world where you can pull off watching the game. Go back to the pregame. See what can I put up here? Can I get away with? It's full time. Everyone's congratulating each other. Thanks, Swoosh Kid. Good to see you. Great energy and talking about the Horde again as usual. It's so much fun just to be hanging out with you guys and watching the game. Really makes the game much more enjoyable. The banter and everything. Let's see here. Let's see what is going on X. See if they got any good pictures here or anything. Something I can bring up. Oh, no, I pulled up the women's. (4-1) the final. Yeah, it's a great community. Thanks, Other Vince. Great to see you. W&G, thanks for the scores. Bromley winning 3-0 over Salford. Dale, Steve, Mertland, all great seeing you guys. Thanks for being here. John, Will I Am. Definitely makes the game far more enjoyable. 4-1. Let me see if I can find anything else on X here. Oh, yeah, there's a good one. A fall scoring. That's nice. I don't know if you saw Liam Roberts ran into Fall, Mendy, and Longman out in Chester, and took some pics with them. I guess they were really obliging there. That's pretty cool. Any more pictures? Just all sub stuff. Oh, here we go. After the Lee score. Some good picks there. Thanks, Jed. Great seeing you. What else do we have? I always like this Lee gif here, where he has the pants pulled up super high. Nice. There we go. Harry's first goal. That's really nice. It's a good one to get. Yeah, we handed them that one that Arthur really had no shot on. Not his fault. I mean, just a really. Hey, Denise. See you later. Kip, great seeing you. David Nicholson, sorry. Yeah, I mean, there's no way you can really expect a keeper to stop that. Again, it was more shock that the ball was just handed to him right there like that, when it looks like it would have been hard for Revan to actually stop the ball and leave it there for Port Vale. It looked like he was just going to run, trip it in, and knock it out of bounds at the very least. And so, yeah, that took Arthur by surprise, but not his fault. But yeah, just think about how flawless the game would have been if he ended up. The nice 4-0 would have been really nice looking. Although Arthur did make a save, maybe that most keepers you can expect to. Was a nice breakaway by them in essentially the same spot that the first Port Vale goal was scored from. And Arthur just made an incredible save the way he got down and blocked that. So, quarterfinals, Bolton. I'm liking our chances. So you're saying there's a chance? Yeah, quarterfinals. We may be going to Wembley, right? That'd be kind of neat. That would be nice. Semifinals would be on the 25th of February. Good to know. W&G doing all the work for me. What else do I have on here? Anything else? It's more Harry Ashfield stuff right there. Yeah, a lot of good stuff today. It was a good Tuesday. There's the facade, the new facility. This picture looks a little bit better than some of the others I've seen. Is that supposed to be a W? Is that what it is? It looks like it could have been. Looks like it wanted to be. Yeah. Hopefully they'll be able to get that in soon. There won't be any more other hang-ups with it. Thanks for the update, John, there. We know this was a replay. Chris, this was a replay because we drew. So they already had the drawing for the next round. So we already know the winner of this game was going to play Bolton. So that's why we already know about the Bolton pick. Yeah. It's a work of art. I guess. I like that it's see-through, and that it'll be backlit by in that if you were inside, you're looking out there. I think it would be cool if you did have a nice view. Like it looks like there's only a couple peeking through, but a nice view of downtown Wrexham. If you were able to see a little bit of Wrexham from the downtown area from there, that would have been nice. I don't know if that's high enough for it or not. I don't know what the view would look like. I mean, I definitely like the idea of bricks and the color. And I really like the idea of the all glass at all the different levels, being able to see out this way. Again, I think if those bricks ended up being some kind of interesting big W, if maybe that's what it's supposed to be. If it was, then that's pretty neat. All right. I will not be here tomorrow, guys, for the women's game. And then Sean and I are trying to figure out if one of us or multiple of us are going to do anything on Saturday. But then I believe the women's game on Sunday, Deandra and I will be there. Deandra kills it on Sundays. So a really fun, crazy time with her at the helm. So if you have a chance, you might want to check that out. If you have nothing going on Sunday during the women's match, usually about an hour earlier than the men's match. Otherwise, you guys have a great week. Thank you for being here. Made it such a great time. And I will check you later. Take it easy.